everyone. Welcome in to the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday. I'm your host, Tim Dennis. A little bit different show today. Our guest today that we were supposed to have on tap, Michelle Wood, ran into some travel issues. So we will tape with her in 2 weeks and bring her back here on the program. Dumb Crime, Stupid Criminals will be on the way in just a bit with Jessica Freeburg. So what we'll do today is an episode of Rip from the Headlines. So we'll do that just with myself today. That's right, you get me all to your very, very self. Do you feel special? Do you feel a little love today? You'll get me today in the first part of the program, and then Jessica and myself in the second part. We'll start it off today with the headline. I don't know if you remember the Anna Kepner case from the cruise ship death that was under strange circumstances. The feds are now saying that the stepbrother raped her before her murder in a very unusual case. It turns out that there's a disturbing new twist in the Anna Kepner death aboard a Carnival cruise ship. The feds say her 16-year-old stepbrother raped her before murdering her on their family vacation. Now, Anna's stepbrother has been indicted as an adult by a federal grand jury and is charged with first-degree murder and aggravated sexual abuse, according to federal prosecutors in Florida. The feds only identified Anna's stepbrother by his initials, TH, and saying he's facing a maximum sentence of life in prison if convicted. Anna's stepbrother was originally charged as a juvenile, and the criminal case was sealed, but now that he's charged as an adult, there's a superseding indictment with some horrifying allegations. In the indictment, which was obtained by TMZ, the feds claim Anna's stepbrother vaginally penetrated her with his penis by use of force. And I'm sorry, there are some things in some of these stories which are a little disturbing. Well, I should have prefaced that before we started the actual newscast. It's the first time we've seen the feds allege rape in connection with Anna's killing. As was reported by TMZ earlier, Anna died from mechanical asphyxiation, and the FBI say they found 2 bruises on the side of her neck. The feds thought she died from a bar hold, which is an arm placed across the neck. Anna's body was found November 7th of last year in a room she was sharing with her stepbrother. Her body was reportedly wrapped in a blanket and hidden under a bed. A report in the wake of Anna's death claimed her stepbrother had a weird infatuation with the cheerleader, allegedly climbing on top of her in bed once she was asleep. So now we know that rape was a part of that case as well, and the feds are getting in front of that in the case. Our next story also has to do with a rather famous case having to do with influencer Ashley Janae, who had a blowout with her fiance before her death, according to cops. Now, this case is rapidly accelerating. Ashley Janae was involved in a dispute with her former fiance, Joe McCann, before her tragic death in Tanzania earlier this month, something local police say is now part of an active investigation. According to I'm going to mess this up, trust me. I believe it is Unguja Regional Police Commander Benedict Mapujira. The couple had a falling out at a luxury resort, Zuri Zanzibar, Zuri Zanzibar, with hotel staff stepping in and separating them into different rooms. The situation escalated enough for staff to alert authorities with concerns raised about Ashley's well-being, prompting a report to Nungwai police station. Her family said Ashley, whose real name is Ashley Robinson, was found unconscious in her villa, and she was rushed to a hospital. Police say she died the following day, which, believe it or not, was Friday the 10th. A local news report indicated that police believe she died by suicide. Ashley's father, Harry, told TMZ that the early narrative from police, that was the early narrative from police, but stressed that the family is now involved and the investigation's ongoing. He adds that they have been in contact with the embassy and the funeral director, but as of now, there's still no official ruling on her cause of death, as that case is now wide open and they are looking deeper into it. But they believe that there may potentially be foul play now that there's been some sort of blowout with the fiance. Kind of an unusual story in our next story. I don't know how many of you actually saw the Little Rascals movie back in 1994. I don't know what age you are, but I happen to, or if you've seen it on video, it's, I don't know that it holds up or holds water. I'll put it to you this way. I saw it once and put it away. But if you're a fan of the newer Little Rascals movie, you may be familiar with Bug Hall, who played Alfalfa in the newer Little Rascals movie. Well, he looks like this. This is his current incarnation. That's Bug Hall right there if you're watching on video. He's now in trouble with the law. Bug Hall has been arrested for missing court. Brandon Bug Hall, perhaps best known for playing Alfalfa Switzer in the 1994 film The Little Rascals, has been arrested, according to TMZ. Documents obtained by TMZ show Bug was charged in Ohio with failure to appear for his court date, which was December 31st of 2024. So he's a skosh late, just a tad. Yeah, I mean, a year and change. He had previously been hit with a traffic citation on October 29th of 2024 for not having liability insurance. Boy, he's really late with that, isn't he? He's had a while to get liability insurance. In addition to Little Rascals, the 41-year-old former child actor has also starred in Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, The Stupids, and American Pie Presents The Book of Love. I got to admit, I haven't seen that one. I don't know how many of you have. I think that one's down the line, isn't it? I think that's after 3. If it's after 3, I haven't seen it. More recently, he's appeared on shows like Castle, Masters of Sex, and CSI Crime Scene Investigation. So Bug Hall, if you're familiar with him, in a bit of trouble. Speaking of trouble in the song Trouble, are you a fan of Lindsey Buckingham? Or at least the skit from Saturday Night Live that has the fake Lindsey Buckingham in it? Well, I've got something that will shock you even more. Lindsey Buckingham has stalkers. Or at least one. I know. Try not to drive off the road if you're listening to this while driving a car, and try not to jump back so hard you hurt yourself. But ex-Fleetwood Mac guitarist Lindsey Buckingham's alleged stalker has now posed for a mugshot after the arrest. I'll show you a picture of the woman who looks almost exactly like Lindsey Buckingham. It may be his sister. If you're watching on video, don't they look like they're related? That could be his cousin right there. I mean, look right there. Could that not be his cousin? Don't they look somewhat related? I don't know. It could be. The woman charged with stalking and assaulting Lindsey Buckingham in California is in police custody. Only she's a couple thousand miles away from where the alleged attack went down. Lindsey Buckingham is a stalker. That's the most surprising thing I may tell you today. Besides this, the woman's name is Michelle Dick. And she was arrested Saturday night in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And the 55-year-old is in Allen County Jail awaiting extradition to California, according to online records. Dick had an arrest warrant issued in California earlier this month after allegedly attacking the ex-Fleetwood Mac guitarist in Santa Monica in March, dousing him with an unknown substance outside an office building. You just got spritzed by Dick. Congratulations. It's not the first time Lindsay's taken some from a Dick. I'll tell you that much. As reported, Lindsay was not injured in the alleged attack, but Dick was slapped with multiple charges. It says it in the story, folks. You can't make it up. It's right there. Including stalking, making a criminal threat, and battery. The Rock and Roll Hall of Famer got a restraining order against Dick. It's pretty hard to do, I know. Following multiple alleged incidents over the years, and she's supposed to stay at least 100 yards away from Lindsay and his family. Keep that Dick away from him. By gosh. I know normally we say this for not safe for work portion of some crime, stupid criminals, but you know, we do what we can. We do what we can. You know, I know it's ripped from the headlines and we're supposed to have some sort of fun with it, but we do it. Like I said, we do what we can. We do what we can. All right. I'll try to bring it back to somewhat serious territory before we go to our break here. One more story and then we'll go to our break. A doctor who tried to kill his wife on a hiking trail was found guilty of attempted manslaughter. Actually, you know what? Let's go to our break there. Let's go to our break here. We've had a little bit of fun with Lindsey Buckingham, but we'll go to our break. When we come back, a doctor who tried to kill his wife on a hiking trail is found guilty of attempted manslaughter. We'll talk Gilgo Beach killer and the stuff that happened with him over the past week, because there were some developments in that story. A man calling himself Lucifer allegedly attacked 3 people with a machete at a New York subway station. We've got news on that. And a Florida man allegedly threw hot grease at his girlfriend and stole her car after an argument over a phone charger. That will lead us into dumb crimes and stupid criminals. It's ripped from the headlines and dumb crimes, stupid criminals today on an unusual True Crime Tuesday. Again, our guest, Michelle Wood, unable to join us today because of some travel issues. Spirit Airlines. But other than that, we will see Michelle in 2 weeks. So we appreciate her trying to do her best to get here today. But unfortunately, due to some travel issues, she was unable to get here today. But she'll be with us in 2 weeks. I do encourage you to go to wildbluepress.com and get her book. And in the meantime, read up on Michelle's book and then follow along with us in 2 weeks when we have Michelle on, because again, we'll be talking in depth about Michelle's career as a Chicago homicide detective and her true story. And as it's called here, the name of the Michelle's book is Model Detective, a true story of heels, handcuffs, and homicides. It's a great book, folks. I had the chance to sit down and read it this past weekend. And Michelle has had all kinds of unusual run-ins in the city of Chicago. She's had some, believe it or not, she's not only had these stories that'll turn your stomach on the street, but she also was in competitive bodybuilding and got to know WWE star Tori Wilson. I mean, she's had some unusual stories outside of being a cop. So, she's a 25-year veteran of the Chicago Police Department and spent nearly 2 decades in the detective division. So there's some really, really cool stories in this book that we'll get to talk with Michelle about here in 2 weeks. Once again, the book is Model Detective, a true story of heels, handcuffs, and homicides. I'll put a link in the description of this program so you can go get the book, read up on it. We'll discuss it in 2 weeks with Michelle when she's here. All right, when we come back, Gilgo Beach, doctor tries to kill, or actually does try to kill his wife on a hiking trail. Florida man. When we come back right here, ripped from the headlines, Dumb Crime, Stupid Criminals on True Crime Tuesday. Welcome back to the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday. I'm your host, Tim Dennis. Ripped from the headlines, this first part of our program. Again, our guest, Michelle Wood, and her book, which is Model Detective and a true story of heels, handcuffs, and homicides. Not able to make it today, had some travel difficulty. Spirit Airlines. They kind of held her back from being with us today, but she'll join us here in 2 weeks. And we'll sit down with Michelle and discuss that wonderful book. I got a chance to read it over the weekend. Wonderful, wonderful book. And really, folks, go get it at Wild Blue Press. Come back in 2 weeks and we'll sit and discuss it with Michelle. I'm really looking forward to discussing the book because it's a wonderful book. Let's get back to it. Ripped from the headlines here, as we have a disturbing headline about a doctor who tried to kill his wife on a hiking trail he was found guilty of attempted manslaughter. I don't know if you've seen the video from this case. This guy is a creep. They're asking him questions and he's answering in 1 or 2 word answers. And he's like, yep, nope, yes, sir, no, sir, nope, nope. just the disturbing video out of Honolulu. An anesthesiologist accused of trying to kill his wife on a hiking trail, and very cold too. This guy had no emotion about what he did. He was accused of trying to kill his wife on a hiking trail in March of 2025. He's been found guilty of attempted murder. On March 24th of 2025, 47-year-old Dr. Gerhard Koenig tried to throw his wife, 37-year-old Ariel Koenig, off an overlook when she refused to take a picture with him. Of all things, he was arrested later that day. Now, People magazine reported that Koenig had testified that he had attacked Ariel in self-defense because you know how deadly a camera could be. Come on. On March 26th, Ariel Koenig spoke in court and said that while on the Seaside Trail for a birthday hike, Koenig tried to pull her to the edge of a steep cliff, attempted to inject her with an unknown substance, and then hit her in the head with a rock. He then fled when two other hikers called 911 after hearing her screaming. Those witnesses also testified at the trial. The couple's son, Emil Koenig, testified against Koenig and said that shortly after the attack, his father called him and told him what he had done and that he was going to jump off a cliff. So this guy isn't all there. The Associated Press reported a jury returned a guilty verdict against Koenig on April 8th after a day of deliberations. They convicted him of attempted manslaughter based on extreme mental or emotional disturbance. Following the conviction, prosecuting attorney Steve Alm said it's a good day for the good guys. Koenig's attorney, Thomas Otaki, said his client plans to appeal. Per the AP, Koenig will face up to 20 years in prison when sentenced August 13th. So the sentencing is still a ways away. There's been a development in the Gilgo Beach killers case, which I think was quite shocking, especially when the headline hit last week. Long Island serial killer Rex Heuermann pled guilty to multiple counts of murder, and he kind of did it out of nowhere. I mean, I don't think everybody thought that he was just going to come forward and do it, but he had an interesting reason as to why he did it. Former New York City architect Rex Heuermann pled guilty to murder for killing 7 women and admitted to killing another while he was up in the courtroom. In court on April 8th, 62-year-old Heuermann pled guilty to 7 counts of murder, according to the BBC. In addition, he admitted to killing an 8th woman and transporting her body. He waived his right to appeal and agreed to cooperate with the FBI's Behavioral Analysis Unit to help them better understand criminal behavior as part of his deal with prosecutors. So he's completely cooperating. Highly unusual. Heuermann spent 17 years having a secret life as a serial killer. During that time, he strangled his victims and often left with their remains along the remote Gilgo Beach across the bay from where he lived with his family. Many of the women he targeted were sex workers. The investigation began in 2010, according to WMUR. Police searching for a missing woman in the area found multiple sets of human remains, which led them to suspect a potential serial killer was active. The Gilgo Beach Homicide Task Force later identified Heuermann using DNA from a piece of pizza crust that he had thrown away. Heuermann was arrested at his office and taken into custody on July 13th of 2023. Heuermann's ex-wife, Asa Ellerup, witnessed the proceedings on April 8th. According to her attorney, Robert Macedonio, she said she has said consistently since day one, she wants to hear this. She wants to hear this and see this play out in the courtroom. And that's what's going to happen today. She wants to, this doesn't quite make sense. She wants to hear the words, they have this as she wants to hear the words out of her husband's mouth, but I think she wants to hear the words out of her husband's mouth or ex-husband's mouth. If he's guilty, she wants to hear it come out of his mouth, not have it reported in the media or podcast or print, which makes sense. I'm sure she'd like to have the closure come straight from him. According to the BBC, the judge will decide Heuermann's sentence on June 17th. Prosecutors say he should receive 3 life sentences without parole for killing Melissa Bartholomew, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello. And he should receive a 100-year sentence for the additional 4 victims he pleaded guilty to killing: Maureen Brainerd Barnes, Jessica Taylor, Sandra Castilla, and Valerie Mack. The killing of the 8th woman, Karen Vergata, will be covered by the other sentences, according to prosecutors. Kind of interesting that he just, right then and there, just ponied up. I had also heard on another newscast that when he was asked why are you choosing now to decide to plea in or plea out and make a deal, he said, it's time. It's just time to give closure. It's time to admit as to what's going on. And it's time to give answers to the families. And I think that's pretty unusual for a serial killer to have a conscience, isn't it? I mean, normally serial killers will take that stuff to their deathbed and not care. I mean, how many serial killers do you know of that think of the families, or even name another victim? They just come out and go, oh yeah, by the way, there's another body. I can't think of many. That just decide, well, let's clear the slate and let's decide we're going to move forward, right? I don't know. You don't ever want to commend someone like that. There's nothing commendable about what they did. There's nothing commendable about their actions of coming forward and admitting to what they did. But, and you can't say it's about time because, it took him 3 years. He should have come forward with it to begin with. Why 3 years? Why did it take 3 years? There's no deal on the table, really. He's going to still get hundreds of years. He's never going to see daylight. It's not like they put a deal on the table where he could potentially come out of jail sometime and enjoy the sunlight or breathe fresh air. He's not getting a deal where he's going to see the outside ever again. So I don't know what he thinks. He's not getting anything in return for this. So I don't know. I don't know what he thinks he's getting out of it. But other than maybe to clear his conscience, maybe he believes in an afterlife. Maybe he thinks, I don't know. I'm projecting here, but it's interesting nonetheless. And well, thank God he did, that he came forward and said something. Our next story has to do with a man who is banned from Planet Fitness, and he was charged after allegedly stabbing an employee. We go to Cheltenham Township in Pennsylvania, where a man has been arrested and charged with attempted murder in connection with the stabbing of a gym employee. The Cheltenham Township Police Department announced that on April 2nd, police were dispatched to a Planet Fitness gym after receiving a report of a stabbing. When they arrived, the victim, an employee whose name has not been released, was suffering from multiple stab wounds. He was taken to the hospital and treated for life-threatening injuries. 28-year-old Davier Massey was arrested and near the scene and charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, recklessly endangering another person, possession of an instrument of a crime, simple assault, terroristic threats, criminal mischief, harassment, and disorderly conduct. According to police, Massey had previously been banned from the gym. The Independent reported that he had been kicked out for unpaid membership bills the day before the stabbing. Massey reportedly returned twice on April 2nd and caused a disturbance. The second time he returned to the gym, he and the employee allegedly got into a physical altercation that escalated, eventually ending with the stabbing. Massey was denied bail and remains in custody, according to police. The investigation is ongoing. Our next story, talk about colorful. Now, back in the days of Coast to Coast AM, Art Bell used to do the Satan line. Call in if you believe you're Satan. Call in if you believe you've been touched by Satan, whatever it was. This man in this story believes he was Satan. He believes he's Lucifer. A man calling himself Lucifer allegedly attacked 3 people with a machete at a New York subway station. This is why I'm glad I live in Minnesota, because there's nobody attacking anybody saying they're Lucifer. Why? Because half the year it's frozen. And we all know that hell isn't freezing over. Because if it did, the Vikings would win the Super Bowl. You can insert your rim shot here. We go to New York, where a man who allegedly attacked 3 people with a machete at a subway station was shot by police after not complying with orders to drop his weapon. NBC New York reports that on the morning of April 11th, police responded to the Grand Central subway station, where witnesses say a man exited a train and attacked 3 people with a machete on 2 different platforms. The victims were 84, 70, and 65 years old. They couldn't even defend themselves. Some devil. I mean, if he was half a devil, he would have took on someone who could fight back. All were taken to hospitals for treatment, by the way. The names of the victims have not been released by police. Officers responding to the report of an assault in progress encountered 44-year-old Anthony Griffin, who allegedly was still holding the knife. Griffin allegedly advanced toward them and ignored their commands to drop the weapon. He was then fatally shot by an officer. People reported that, according to Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, Brown was reportedly behaving erratically while on the train, which he boarded in Queens. Tisch said that Brown was repeatedly stating that he was Lucifer. Oh, we all have to have a pseudonym, I guess. Maybe. Tisch went on to say that Brown allegedly refused to comply with at least 20 orders to drop the knife. It's probably 19 times too many. But at least they got it out there. Officers also attempted to de-escalate and offer assistance. He then advanced towards the officers with the knife extended. One officer discharged his firearm, striking the perpetrator twice. The New York Post also reported that, according to Deborah Brown, the mother of Griffin's partner, he carried the machete for protection. That might be a little much. Brown said she refused to believe that he attacked anyone and wanted to see proof. When you're carrying a machete, chances are you use it on occasion. She acknowledged that he had mental health issues, but said you could have tased him, made him drop the weapon. You don't have to shoot and kill him. Excuse me? I don't know. Someone's coming at me with a machete. I'm dropping him. I don't know about you. According to Tisch, Brown had previously been arrested 3 times. That investigation, by the way, is ongoing. That's kind of a stretch, I think. Our next story. A Florida man allegedly threw hot grease at his girlfriend, stole her car after an argument over a phone charger. This sounds like an unusual story. We go to Brevard County, Florida. A 23-year-old man is in custody after an argument with his girlfriend allegedly escalated to physical violence, according to police. Authorities received a domestic disturbance call, and dispatchers could hear a woman screaming in the background. Officers responding to the apartment spoke with the woman, whose name has not been released. She's reportedly the girlfriend of the suspect, whose name is John Try Stevens. According to Tom Goodyear, the public information officer for the Brevard County Sheriff's Department, the couple began arguing about the location of a phone charger. The suspect then allegedly got physical, battering the woman and breaking her TV. According to an arrest report obtained by the outlet, Stevens then allegedly took a hot pan of steak and potatoes from the oven and threw it at the woman. When he allegedly took the car keys, she followed him in an attempt to stop him from taking the car. Click Orlando reports that the victim climbed onto the trunk of the car. According to the victim, the suspect allegedly drove erratically, stopping and starting abruptly, eventually throwing her off the car. This sounds like some sort of weird movie. Investigators said Stevens' actions did cause great bodily harm and possibly permanent disfigurement to the victim. The victim's car was located nearby, along with the suspect. Stevens was taken into custody and charged with aggravated battery, aggravated assault with domestic violence, and grand theft of a motor vehicle. Click Orlando reports that he's being held without bond, as it probably should be. All right, our final story before we go to dumb crime, stupid criminals. A man is arrested for creating a deepfake video to prank a cop. Again, we're staying in Florida. Does it shock you? We go to Seminole County, where a man has been arrested and charged in connection with allegedly creating an artificial intelligence-generated video to make a false report to a police officer. WPEC reports that on March 24th, a deputy was inside a store in Lake Mary, Florida, when a man came up to him and said he had seen people entering his patrol car in the parking lot. He allegedly showed the deputy a video depicting this. When the deputy went outside, his car was undisturbed, and surveillance footage from the store did not show anyone getting into his car. An investigation found the video was AI generated and said the man who had allegedly shown it to the deputy was 22-year-old Alexis Martinez Arizala. Now, WPEC reports that Martinez Arizala also allegedly posted the video to social media in an effort to go viral. Everyone's got to become a star somehow, right? According to Jason Thatcher, the founder of Breacher AI, which makes deepfake videos for educational purposes, WOFL reported that the deepfakes are improving. The core problem is AI has made this stuff really easy to do, he said. A warrant was issued for Martinez Arizala's arrest, on March 27th. He was apprehended on April 8th in Puerto Rico and charged with fabricating evidence, making a false report, and knowingly providing false information to a law enforcement officer. He'll be extradited to Seminole County, Florida, and is expected to be held on $7,000 bond. That's it, $7,000 bond. This is why Jess and I have such a problem with Florida. You go to all this trouble to fool an officer, and you only get hit with $7,000 bond after you've been extradited from Puerto Rico. You go to all that trouble to extradite someone from a different territory, and it's only $7,000. Why go to the trouble? Why not just wait for him to come back to Florida? I don't know. There you go. All right, with that, folks, it's time now for us to lighten things up a bit. It's time now for us to bring in Jessica Freeburg. It's time now for Dumb Crimes and Stupid Criminals.
It's Crayon News story time.
What happened with this dude, Christ Bearer? I heard he cut his penis off and then jumped off a balcony.
Suspect pulls gun from butt, shoots twice at Denver police.
What is your emergency?
I need help.
And what's the problem?
I'm too high.
You're too high?
Yeah.
It's that time again. Time you've all been looking forward to. It's time now for Dumb Crimes and Stupid Criminals. So with that, I need a co-hostess. So I shall reach across the Twin Cities, the very, very famous Twin Cities. I'll explain why in just a moment. It's bittersweet, if you will. But across the Twin Cities to a very, very famous person of our own. That's right. She's the eater of worlds, destroyer of charts. Bender himself said his back is aching this past weekend. In fact, he had to see a chiropractor for the first time. He said, "Oh, Mr. Tim, my spine is so out of alignment. My spine is so out of alignment from carrying all those paper rolls over, from trying to put together all those charts that she's destroying. I can't believe it, Mr. Tim." I said, "Get ready. Buckle down, Bender. It's going to be a busy 2026 and an even busier 2027, my friend." He said, "Oh, I can't take the stress. I can't take the stress, Mr. Tim. I keep trying to explain to my wife why I'm gone so many days and so many nights." And I said, "Oh, it's going to be busy, Bender. You better buckle down, my friend. Tell the wife, start packing lunches and dinners, boy. It's going to be busy." Ladies and gentlemen, here she is. The one, the only, the incomparable Jessica Freeburg. How you doing, Jess?
I'm good. I think I need Buckle Down Bender on a t-shirt, though. I love that.
Buckle down, Bender. We could do that.
I'm just breaking backs over here.
Breaking the backs of Bender. Buckle down, Bender. That's a lot of B's. Buckle down, B-boy Bender.
Oh, gosh. Poor Bender.
Yeah, I know. Well, he took the job.
I know.
That's what I tell myself every day. I took the job.
Right? I signed up for this.
I signed up for this. Yeah. Oh, so I say world famous Twin Cities because, as we're staring down the barrel of this here, Jess, we are about 1 week away from the 10th anniversary of the death of Prince.
Oh gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, it's been almost 10 years now.
That makes me feel so old. That feels like a couple years ago in my brain.
Yeah. And the reason I bring that up is because today, as we're recording, today there's a brand new book out of the life of Prince from the years 1996 to 2001. It's a photographic book covering his life with Maite Garcia. And it's their life in Spain and in the Twin Cities. And I've seen some of the pictures from People magazine, and they're wonderful pictures. But one of the odd things, and I know you're saying, what's this got to do with dumb crimes, stupid criminals? But I was just kind of mesmerized by some of the pictures before we hit air today. He's got pictures like, I didn't know this, but I didn't know he had 2 dogs when he was with Maite.
No, he did.
Yeah, and one of them's name was Mia, and he had a picture of Mia up on the piano, and he was playing piano with Mia on the piano, a little Yorkie, which I thought was absolutely astounding. Things that we'd never seen before are going to be coming out 10 years after he's been gone.
I love that. Gosh, I remember when he died and I was just heartbroken.
Oh, yeah, devastated.
I cried. And I was in my office at work. And when I got the news, when the news came out, and I started to cry, and like no one else was emotionally distraught, I was like, what is wrong with everyone in this office?
Yeah.
Well, you should be crying. This is Prince.
I think I think it hit people in different ways, right? I think some people were just like, it didn't seem real, right?
No, and he just was too young. Like, I always feel like if they die before they're 90, we got robbed.
I think of it this way. He was 57 when he died. He'd be 67 now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 55 this year. I can't imagine being gone in 2 years.
Yeah, that really does put it in perspective. That's crazy. I mean, too young.
Yeah, way too young. Way too young. And at that point, at 57, he had actually said something to someone just a few weeks before he died. He said, I don't feel like I have anything more to contribute to this world. Which is interesting. I mean, he was getting off his, I think it was called the Piano and a Song Tour or something to that effect, whatever it was, or Piano and a Microphone. That's what it was, Piano and a Microphone Tour. And he had just said to a close friend, I just don't really feel like I have anything left. I don't feel like I have anything to contribute. And yeah, so he was kind of feeling like the end was near, but although he was still giving to schools, and he was giving musical instruments to schools, and he was still giving back to communities. And I mean, he was going through the motions, but he just kind of felt like creatively there was nothing left, which was sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
Yeah.
But what a legacy he left behind. Yeah. We're so lucky to have it.
And the other thing that's shocking too, if you think about it, had his son been born, had his son not died just days after being out of the womb, Amir would be 30 years old today.
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something to think about. I mean, time goes quickly. It really does. So with that, we'll jump into it today.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's just something to kind of mark the time. But that book is out today. I don't remember the name of it. It's the photographer. His name is Steve. It's like Grayson or Grace or something like that. But it's out today, so look for it. It's an interesting book, the photographic book of Prince and Maite. So, all right. Interesting dumb crime, stupid criminals today, Jess. For some reason, the weather's getting warmer somewhere. It isn't here in the Twin Cities. I know that. I mean, even as we're recording now, it's 70 degrees. But we're only slowly starting to warm up here. By the way, did I tell you I saw Spuddy this past week?
No, you did?
Yeah, I was going to. I was going to pick up my mom for my great uncle Al's funeral. My great uncle Al, by the way, 99 years old when he passed,
Oh, love that.
and known as Honest Al. I don't think too many people are known as Honest anything these days. But
99, what a great run.
right, so good old Honest Al went to the great beyond. I think he made it to the pearly gates with a name like Honest Al. You would think.
I would guess. Yeah, if I'm a betting woman, I'm putting money on that.
Yeah. But as I'm backing out to go get my mom, I was noticing that food has been disappearing for the last week, so I know she's been awake, but I haven't seen her, right?
Yeah.
Which means one of two things. Spud is either just shy and just waking up, and she doesn't really, like most of us need stupid time in the morning when we're getting up.
Yeah, I need my coffee. I need to sit with my dogs on my lap. Don't bother me.
Yes, that deal. Or
yeah,
she's with child and she doesn't want Papa to see her.
Ooh.
Which might be the case.
Really? Oh, this is going to be very exciting.
Because when I backed out, here I see, I went, oh, your almonds are empty. I like to talk out loud to her because I know she's listening. I can hear her rustling in the background when I come out because she does know I'm out there and she comes scurrying out, but she doesn't want to be seen. So I said, oh, your almonds are empty. Her little almond treats are empty. So I said, let me fill up your almonds and let me get you some water. So I filled up her treats. I said, okay, I'm going to take you guys are going to think this is really stupid. I know. I'm going to take the vroom vroom out. Papa's going to go pick up grandma, blah, 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 blah. So as I'm backing out, here I see this little chipmunk drop down from the drafting table, down off the drafting table onto my knee caddy, down to her almond dish. It's Spud. She couldn't wait. She wanted her almonds, right?
Yeah.
But she had a little extra weight to her. And I thought, I think Spuddy's pregnant.
Now, be careful. Don't ask. You never want to ask until you're really sure.
Yeah, I don't want to offend the chipmunk, Jess.
Nothing makes a girl angrier or more heartbroken than being asked when she's due when she's not.
That's right. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. Heaven forbid. Right.
Well, you'll have to keep an eye on things because if she's preggers, that probably means we're going to get a spring baby coming up here pretty soon.
Well, you do generally get the spring kiddos, the spring litter generally comes in May. And then you do get a mid-season baby if she does. And she's been good about doing both lately.
Really? Okay, so do they have one or multiples? I don't know my animal.
They have multiples.
My squirrel.
Yeah, they can.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
So she could have
chipmunks have litters.
She could have as many as 3, but she'll probably have. She could have 2. She's in most years she's had 2.
Cute. Yeah. I can't wait to hear more about it.
Yeah. So we may have as many as 2 or 3 running around. So, and in some years she's had 1. Like she had the last mid-season baby she had 1, and she actually brought it to me, which is weird. She doesn't. They normally don't present their young. They're very protective. They don't want anybody to see their young. But she brought. We named the last one Chili. She brought Chili to me, and she was like, "Hey, this is my little one. Let's make sure we protect this one."
Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah. So we'll see. Okay, let's get to dumb crimes, stupid criminals. But I had to tell you that I didn't get a chance to tell you off air that I saw a Spud.
Oh, that's exciting. And I think everyone loves your chipper stories. They make us all smile.
Let's hope. So, so officially saw Spuddy this past week, and she's just fine. So she's off and running. All right. Our first story is an interesting one in that, here in this country, we're legalizing marijuana and everyone's off at the dispensary and doing their thing. But in South Korea, it's a no-no. And a member of the Yakuza, the Japanese mafia, got busted in South Korea big time for what could be one of the biggest marijuana busts in the world, Jess.
Oh, gosh.
I want to show you what 636 kilograms of marijuana looks like.
Ooh, that's a big old bag.
That's like a trash bag full. I don't know how you think you get that past South Korean authorities, but it's huge. It's sitting in this picture. It's sitting on top of what looks like a giant bucket, just waiting to be weighed. An ethnic Korean member of a Japan-based Yakuza syndicate has been arrested and indicted for smuggling into South Korea about 636 kilograms of marijuana, enough for roughly 1.27 million people to smoke at once.
Oh, it's a party.
That's a big party in South Korea. The amount seized is the largest ever among narcotics imported for domestic distribution, officials said. That's a lot. That's just one big smoke 'em if you got 'em type of party. Willie Nelson, I think, could get through it in about 2 hours if you gave him that much. Put Willie...
Him and his entourage.
That's right. You put Willie and Snoop together to redo that one song they did together, they get through it in an hour.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
Not going to last very long for those two.
That's right. The Pan-Government Joint Investigation Unit on Drug Crimes said it detained and indicted the 53-year-old suspect, a member of the Yakuza group, on charges of violating the Narcotics Control Act. Authorities have also identified 4 Vietnamese nationals who allegedly sold the drugs to the suspect, sought arrest warrants for them, and planned to request Interpol red notices. The individual is accused of loading the marijuana to a shipping container departing from Thailand in early March and arranging for it to arrive at Incheon Port on March 23rd. Investigators said he conspired with a drug trafficking organization based in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, intending to distribute part of the marijuana in South Korea through Vietnamese networks and export the rest to Yakuza groups in Japan. He allegedly paid, which, by the way, in Japan, it's a no-no. You're done if you try and get drugs into Japan. That's like the last big conservative place in the East to try and get drugs into. If you remember...
Keeping it safe.
Oh, yeah. If you remember years and years ago, Paul McCartney and the rest of the Beatles got rung up big time for trying to get
I don't remember that. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. The Rolling Stones and Mick and Keith, too, were big time. Got rung up in Japan. They don't stand for it. He allegedly paid for the drugs in cryptocurrency to evade tracking, used a full container load shipping method, and had the marijuana vacuum sealed multiple times to reduce odor and volume. You'd have to with that much. There's just too much there. The unit also found that he had ties to international drug networks, including plans to smuggle narcotics from Colombia in coordination with an unidentified contact in Spain. It's quite the operation to try and get it over there, but yeah. But he got caught.
It doesn't sound like it would be worth it. Like the risk you're taking.
Yeah. It just
doesn't seem worth it.
Too big. It was too big of a shot to try and do it. But
right.
He tried. He definitely tried. No risk it, no biscuit, I guess. And no biscuit on this one. Sorry, dude. That's why we call it dumb crimes, stupid criminals. Our next one is even dumber, Jess. You got to love this one. What's the, I got to ask you this one, between you, me, and just, thousands of our listeners out there. What's the dumbest thing hubby's ever done in front of company?
Oh, I don't know. I can't think of anything super weird that he's done.
Just to show off, just to tell him, hey, you want to see something? You want to see something cool?
We're so boring, Tim.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything weird that he's done. What does he show off? Maybe.
Never crashed a drone or a model airplane or shot a rocket off and hit somebody's house or...
No, probably the goofiest thing he's done is like when we were building the house that we're in now, we had a big mound of dirt in the backyard, like for the longest time. And he would ride his dirt bike on it and he made like trails on it. So he would go out there and show off like riding around on his little boy man dirt bike.
Aw.
That he made.
Oh, that's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah, nobody knew us here, but everybody knew the guy who rode on his dirt bike in the backyard.
There's the guy on his dirt bike again. Look at him go. Well, that's kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't hold a candle to this guy, but it's kind of fun.
What did this guy do?
Well, we're going to Pennsylvania where a dad is injured after accidentally dropping a pipe bomb that he made to entertain his guests. We're not talking like a CM. Yeah, we're not talking like a CM Punk pipe bomb, like he's going to sit down and talk about his boss or anything. We're talking about an actual pipe bomb.
Yikes.
We're going to Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, where a father in Lancaster County was injured after he accidentally dropped a homemade pipe bomb that he made to entertain his guests. This guy's old enough to know better, Jess.
Usually are, Tim.
He's 51 years old, and his name is Travis Peachy. There's nothing peachy about what he did.
Travis.
He's from
Mr. Peachy.
Mr. Peachy. He's from Narvin, Pennsylvania, and he was arrested Saturday, the same day the explosive went off outside his house on Jacob Road in Salisbury Township. Pennsylvania State Police began investigating after Peachy arrived at the hospital with injuries stemming from a bomb explosion. Peachy reportedly told troopers he had tried to assemble a pipe bomb because they were supposed to have guests over, and he thought it would be a good type of entertainment. Put on the ball game, maybe play some cards, jarts. That's always fun, especially the ones that, maybe might get you in the head. But a pipe bomb?
Yeah, as a guest, I'm not sure that would actually be my idea of quality entertainment, but maybe I'm boring.
Drive over the state line, get some fireworks? Pipe bomb? Maybe not.
Just take a sparkler, thank you.
Yeah, a sparkler. That's do the little thing they do at weddings with the sparkler line where you all run through.
Yeah. Or even the little snap things. That's enough excitement for me.
Yeah.
For those little snap things on the ground, they pop.
Yeah. Then we're good, right?
I don't require a pipe bomb, Tim.
Pipe bomb. I've never gone over for dinner at anybody's house and they've been, hey, you know what? Let's go outside and let's blow off a pipe bomb. That's a little too white trash for me, Yeah.
I did used to joke. I told my dad he needs to give me a map of the landmines so I could come home safely back when I was in college. But he never made pipe bombs.
Landmines.
Yeah, he was really quite the gun collector.
What's
father?
What breed of squirrel do you think they were serving for dinner that night?
It was really whatever was in the tree.
Oh, wow. Damn.
No, I'm kidding. We did not eat squirrel all the time.
No, I'm talking about this.
That's a delicacy.
I'm talking about, yeah, I know. I'm talking about this guy. You think it was just raccoon off the road?
Oh, man. I feel like I might be related to this guy, though, honestly. Like, I feel a kinship right now.
Pipe bomb. He assembled the pipe bomb using a PVC pipe filled with 6 ounces of black powder. That's 6 ounces.
Wow.
He's trying to blow up the neighborhood. He said he was using a motorcycle switch to control the detonation. There's no control to a detonator switch. It's basically, boom, that's your control, right? State police said Peachy placed the bomb on a pile of wood outside a shed in the backyard. So that's your control. However, once he learned that guests were no longer coming, he retrieved it and took it back into the shed.
Where it blew up?
Boom. Yeah. Shrapnel.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Trooper said he was trying to disarm the explosive when he accidentally dropped it and the device detonated.
Oh, so stupid.
So there he is. Peachy's wife reportedly told troopers she was inside with 2 kids when she heard that what sounded like an explosion. Soon after, Peachy came running inside and said he needed to go to the hospital.
Oh, those poor kids. They're going to be traumatized. Dad blew his arm off.
No, you know what? They learned a valuable lesson that day, Jeff.
I hope so.
Don't play with pipe bombs. Else you're going to end up like Uncle Pawpaw out in the shed. Jesus. Trooper said he suffered injuries to his face and eye, and hospital staff removed a piece of shrapnel from his head.
He could have killed himself.
Yeah.
He is darn lucky to be alive.
Yeah, he is. State police later searched the shed where the bomb went off. They found a hole in the floor. That's how much gunpowder he had in this thing.
Oh my gosh. He just created a crater in his shed.
As a result of the investigation, troopers charged Peachy with 2 counts of endangering the welfare of children, risking catastrophe, possession of an explosive, 3 counts of attempted aggravated assault, and 3 counts of recklessly endangering another person. Online court records indicate Peachy remains in Lancaster County Prison. How much bail, Jess, on this deal?
Well, those are a lot of charges. And we're in Pennsylvania, right? So I
Yes.
feel like they're a little more strict there.
Oh, yeah. Amish country.
I would, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm gonna go with $100,000.
You can go a little higher.
Really? Okay, good.
Mhm.
Thank you, Pennsylvania. I could move there. I will become Amish. No, just kidding. How about 200,000?
I'll let you go a little higher for the final
Get
guess.
out of here.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
250.
$500,000 for Mr. Peachy.
What?
Yeah, $500,000.
Holy! And people kill people in Florida and get a fraction of that.
Oh, yeah. Not even 10% of that for killing somebody.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, good on you, Pennsylvania.
So he's got to come up with 50 large to even think about coming out.
Yeah, if you're his wife, are you getting him out?
No, let him sit, let him rot. Yeah, nope. You know what I do is I fix him some leftover squirrel. I bring it to him in the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here you go, honey.
Here's some leftovers. Think about what you did. That's what I tell him.
You have to eat it cold.
There's nothing worse than stringy cold squirrel. I'll tell you that much. Ugh. Well, an interesting story here. I don't know what to think of this next story, Jess. A woman calls police for help after running out of gas and instead gets a ride to jail.
Ooh. Well, how did she earn that?
Well, I'll tell you. It was supposed to be a simple call for help. A woman stranded on the side of an Oregon interstate out of gas looking for a lifeline, much like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. What she got instead was a one-way trip to the Umatilla, however you pronounce it, county jail, courtesy of the very trooper she dialed up for assistance. According to the Elkhorn Media Group, 34-year-old Chelsea Whitson of Moscow, Idaho, called Oregon State Police around 4:20 p.m. That's a good time to be calling the police. On Wednesday after running out of gas on Interstate 84 near Meacham. When a trooper arrived to lend a hand, things took a sharp turn. The vehicle she was driving had been reported stolen, and authorities quickly determined that Whitson herself was the suspect in the theft. Help had officially arrived, just not the kind that she had in mind.
I would think you maybe wouldn't call for help if you just stole a car and it ran out of gas.
No, not at all. It's hard to script a worse outcome to a roadside breakdown. Most people stranded on a highway are dreading the tow truck bill, but Whitson walked away facing 2 felony charges for vehicle theft, no gas, and no car to show for it. Oregon State Police responded to what started as a routine assist call on I-84, which is a major east-west corridor that stretches through the Blue Mountains near Meacham in Umatilla County. When the trooper ran the vehicle, it came back as stolen. Whitson was identified as a suspect, and the traffic stop quickly shifted from roadside assistance to an arrest. The vehicle was later towed at the owner's request, so not only did Whitson not get the gas she needed, but the car was gone by the time everything wrapped up. A rough Wednesday by anyone's standards. Now, Whitson is facing 2 felony charges tied to the vehicle theft. She appeared at an arraignment on Thursday and was granted conditional release, meaning she was not held in custody. Her next court date, believe it or not, is set up for today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, girl.
Yeah. Felony vehicle theft charges in Oregon can carry some serious consequences depending on the value of the stolen vehicle and any prior criminal history. The conditional release suggests she is not considered a flight risk at this stage, though the legal process is just getting started. There's no booking photo for this, Jess, and it's quite interesting as to why.
Why is that?
It says, as previously reported by the East Oregonian, the Umatilla County Sheriff's Office no longer includes booking photos on its jail roster or in most public releases due to changes in Oregon law that restrict when those images can be shared. Under that law, booking photos are generally not released to the public unless there's a specific law enforcement purpose, such as identifying or locating a suspect or even after a conviction. The shift was aimed in part at preventing the widespread sharing of mugshots before a case is resolved. That helps explain why no mugshot has been available in this article.
Well, that's lame. I like seeing the mugshots.
Yeah.
They make me laugh.
Isn't that bizarre?
Yeah.
bizarre. Anyways, so that's the story of our little ride gone wrong in Oregon. So if you steal a car in the future, folks, and you're in Oregon and you run out of gas, just run like a mofo. Because
Better yet, stop at a gas station and fill her up after you steal it. Come on.
right, if you get below a quarter tank, go fill it up.
It's easy.
Mm-hmm. And you won't be arrested. So there you go. Boy, if we got a disturbing story out of Florida. We're finally going to Florida here in this here newscast. But it's a disturbing story at that. You know, I think we all put our kids on the bus with the best of intentions. And we say a little prayer and God go with you. Here's hoping you come back in one piece. Florida school bus driver, though, had the best. I don't know if they had the best of intentions, but it ended up with the worst of consequences this past week.
No.
A Florida school bus driver was arrested after a train crash with 29 students on board happened. I'm going to show you a picture that will absolutely curl your hair if you haven't already done that this fine morning. Look at that.
Yikes. That's so scary.
Isn't it, though? I mean, you think of all the potential cataclysms that could happen. This one was one that could have been potentially fatal for everyone involved. We go to Sumter County, Florida, where a former bus driver with the Sumter County School District has been arrested and charged with reckless driving and nearly 30 counts of child neglect, as it should be, after allegedly ignoring a train warning signal and driving across the tracks as a train was coming.
Why would he do that?
I have no idea. The train sounded its alarm and clipped the rear of the bus.
Oh my goodness. Terrifying for those kids.
Yeah. Thankfully, no one on the bus was hurt, though the students told Fox 35 that they were terrified, as they should be. Right? The trust that our families place in us to transport their children safely is something we take extremely seriously, Sumter County Superintendent Logan Brown said in a prepared video statement. Anyone who jeopardizes that trust will not work in the Sumter County School District. Here's what we know. The Sumter County Sheriff's Office arrest report identified the bus driver as 67-year-old Yvonne Hampton. I take it she won't be driving anymore, anywhere, anytime.
Think she's looking for a job, Tim.
I think that job's at McDonald's, Chess. And I think her family will be driving her to and from work. Hampton was booked into jail under charges of reckless driving, culpable negligence, and 29 counts of child neglect without great bodily harm. Sumter County Superintendent Brown said Hampton had been with the district for more than a decade. She was hired in 2015. She resigned from her position in lieu of termination, according to the district. According to the Sumter County Sheriff's Office, the incident happened Thursday, April 2nd at the train tracks near East Central Avenue and North Market Street in Bushnell. An oncoming train clipped the rear of the school bus 2517. As the bus approached the train tracks, another vehicle approached the tracks from the opposite side and attempted to make a left turn. That vehicle started to go, then stopped, which created uncertainty, in quotes, at the tracks. I'll tell you what, I don't care what uncertainty happens. The bus shouldn't be going regardless if there's a train coming.
Wow, just wait.
Right. Nothing's that serious. The bus driver then drove across the tracks as the train was approaching, Brown described. The front left corner of the train hit the back left corner of the bus, he said. According to the arrest report, surveillance video inside the bus showed that the train's warning sirens and alarms were activated at 4:07 p.m. That's the time the bus appeared to drive over the tracks. 6 seconds later, a woman's voice, believed to be Hampton's, reportedly said, "Not going to stop for no train."
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know what? The effing train ain't going to stop for you. I know that much.
What a blatantly terrible decision she made on purpose. It's not even like she was distracted and didn't notice. She's just like, nope.
Yep. She made a conscious decision to go, well, ain't going to stop for no train.
Yikes.
You know what? The train doesn't have quick brakes. It doesn't stop on a dime. I don't know if she knows this or not. Yeah, trains don't stop on a dime. The report said Hamptons decided to cross the track, ignoring the warning lights. Hampton claimed she was moving over the tracks when the railroad crossing warning system activated. She claimed she moved up as far as she could, deputies said. According to the video, students on the bus began to panic. A student yelled, "There's a train coming." Hampton uttered, "Get in your seats."
What?
What a crazy mofo.
Hang on, kids.
Hang on, kids. Mama's going to drive us across the tracks. Again, probably had squirrel for dinner. The train hit the bus seconds later, according to officials. "I want to reiterate just how fortunate we are," Brown said. "When you look at the totality of the situation, we truly averted what could have been a catastrophic event." Brown said it was a matter of 6 inches.
That is so little.
Well, that's what she said. But, you know, some guys would say, that is enormous. Boy, wasn't...
Perfectly average, Tim. It's perfectly average.
That's right. Some guys would say, that's humongous. 6 inches. Boy, they missed by a mile. But, you know, it's a matter of perspective, Jess.
Yes, true.
Brown also said it could have been an extremely catastrophic situation. "I also heard for the kids because this is something they'll remember forever." Brown told Fox 35, "It's unfortunate that it happened, but we've taken very calculated measures to make sure something like this doesn't happen again." Brown said he also spoke with the train conductor who reported seeing the bus on the tracks and sounded his horn continuously as he approached while crossing and attempted to brake. So he did try to slow the train down, but I mean, you can't obviously slow a train down even if you have half a mile.
Right.
Seeing that bus on the tracks. So it's a, oh my gosh, there's an absolutely heartbreaking quote from a student here. I'll give it to you real quick and we'll move on. Students in the crash told Fox 35's Manny Martinez that they're thankful the crash didn't turn out worse than it was. Isabel Sinibaldi told Martinez, "I closed my eyes as hard as I could before that, and I'm thankful that nothing really bad happened, but it could have been way worse. I was crying because I was scared. I was glad that I wasn't dead, but I was also crying because I couldn't move."
Oh, poor honey.
That poor kid. Another student, Catherine Ferris, said, "I was in shock. I was scared because all I could feel was the bus move to the side." Oh, if I was one of those 29 parents, I'd be stringing that bus driver up by her thumbs.
Yep, me too. I'd be right there with you, Tim.
Yeah, that's horrible. All right, let's move on to a strange story at that. Evidently, one place was knocked over this week by Spider-Man.
Well, what do you know?
Yeah, he's not so friendly in neighborhood after all, I guess. Oh, well. You know, society's just going to hell these days.
Yeah, when you can't trust Spider-Man, what do you got?
That's right. A thief in a Spider-Man mask dropped through a ceiling and stole $65,000 in goods and cash this past week. And it was in Canada. So we'll just blame Canada, I guess. Sorry, Canada. I still love you, but evidently Spider-Man doesn't. Mounties are looking for a person who wore a Spider-Man mask while stealing from a business south of Edmonton. This happened on March 23rd. I guess it was more than a week ago. At 2:25 a.m., the masked thief broke into a cigar shop. Well, at least Spidey has good tastes. That's what I'll say. It happened at 51st Street and 50th Avenue in Leduc, and stole cash and goods from the store before leaving through a back door. Just like Spidey to take the back door. It happened ever since MJ broke up with him. You know that?
He's just never been the same since.
No. He's made some odd choices. The owner of the store, who took over in mid-February, told CTV News Edmonton that the total of cash and merchandise stolen is approximately $65,000. He must be stealing the good Cuban stuff.
Yeah, those are some good cigars.
Yeah. Police say the thief got into the store by accessing the ceiling of a vacant business next door. How else is Spider-Man going to break into your business? I mean, he isn't walking through the front door.
Obviously, it's coming through somewhere up high.
Yep.
With his spider webs.
That's right. Lines to the security camera were cut before the theft. In addition to the Spider-Man mask, the burglar also wore a yellow jacket and yellow gloves because he doesn't want you to see his costume. I mean, he's got modesty. He's trying to throw you off.
It's trying to blend in.
That's right. Trying to blend in with the construction workers outside. Anyone with information about the theft is asked to contact the RCMP at 310 RCMP or 7267 if you wish to remain anonymous, because Spider-Man will find you and go to your house. He knows how to get there. You can call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-222-TIPS. So there you go. We're going back to Florida for this next one, Jess.
All right.
A duo had a dead alligator on their car roof.
What?
Yes.
Just strapped on there?
It was strapped.
Like luggage?
That's right. It was strapped down as the suspects were road tripping. Oh, let me show you a picture of these.
That is weird.
And these two look like they probably had an alligator strapped to their roof.
They look exactly like guys who would have an alligator strapped to their roof.
Don't they?
My goodness.
Yep. There they are right there. They look like a couple of dead alligator poachers.
If I was casting for the role, they would be the men I picked.
They kind of look like they're straight out of a comedy, don't they?
Yeah.
2 tourists are facing felony charges after they were spotted road tripping across Florida with a dead alligator strapped to the roof of their car, according to court records. Witnesses first reported seeing the gator-adorned vehicle as it traveled near the Walt Disney World Resort outside Orlando on Saturday. Police license plate readers subsequently tracked the auto as it moved through other Central Florida locales. At some point, the suspects covered the alligator with a white sheet in response to being warned by multiple parties that possession of the alligator is illegal in the state. They couldn't take a hint.
No, they were just doing what they're going to do.
So what, they pulled isn't that from National Lampoon's Vacation where they put grandma in the...
He put grandma up there, yeah.
Is it the aunt or the grandma they put in the sheet?
Oh, yeah, it's his aunt, yeah. Mm-hmm. Or her aunt, yeah. Yeah,
they put her on the roof and they put her in a sheet over her and they travel with her on the roof.
That's one of the best parts of the movie.
That's straight out. What, do they eventually drag it behind the car? I mean...
No. I don't know. They drag the dog behind the car.
Oh, they drag the dog behind the car, right.
Yeah.
Oh, same difference, right? The animal's size and weight and details of its demise are not included in court records. FWC officers were able to retrieve the alligator carcass, according to an agency spokesperson. It doesn't give their... Oh, here we go. Their names. I forgot to give their names. I've skipped ahead. I'm sorry. The suspects are 56-year-old Anthony Buell and 57-year-old March Chadwick.
Old enough to know better.
That sounds like an uppity porn name, March Chadwick. Reportedly...
It sounds like the kind of snotty guy out of an 80s movie.
It does, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
My name is March Chadwick. And you guys are not getting into the sorority. I'm sorry.
The girls want me.
Fraternity. He's not in a sorority. He's trying to panty-rate the sorority.
Exactly.
Yes. Guys, we're sneaking over to the sorority and we're going to panty-rate them. They both reportedly admitted taking the roadkill alligator and wanting to take it to a taxidermy office to have it stuffed even after warning. It's unclear if the reptile was still atop the vehicle when it was pulled over, since the arrest report notes that the duo had earlier called an FWC dispatcher and stated that they got rid of the alligator. The animal's size and weight and details of its demise are not included in court records, but FWC officers were able to retrieve the alligator carcass. Buell and Chadwick were arrested and charged with illegal killing, possessing, and capturing of alligators or other crocodilia of eggs. Or eggs, rather. Crocodilia, I think, was a Prince album, if I remember right. Yeah, it came right after Controversy. It was between Controversy and 1999 was Crocodilia. It was...
you remember that one.
It was limited pressing. Yeah, it's one of those little-known Warner Brother albums he was trying to fulfill. Yeah.
Only the hardcore people are familiar.
That's right.
Like you and I.
You can only get it on bootleg now. Yeah. The men were booked into the Brevard County Jail, from which they were later freed after posting how much bond apiece, Jess?
Oh, gosh. 20,000.
Oh, it's Florida, Jess. How much?
5,000.
Exactly. 5,000 apiece. Thank you for
I
playing.
want it to be more.
Thank you for playing our Florida game. They're scheduled to be arraigned on April 28th. Buell and Chadwick do not appear to be your typical alligator rustlers, by the way. Chadwick is an architect, by the way.
Oh, fancy.
Yes, whose practice operates from New York City. Get a rope. And Chattanooga, Tennessee. The Geneva-born Buell is the son of a New York philanthropist and is a world traveler who speaks 4 languages and has attended acting school at the Lee Strasberg Academy. According,
They do this. Just their descriptions of who they actually are do not match their mugshots.
no, they do not look like they're successful in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. A week before they were arrested in Florida, Buell and Chadwick attended the Conservative Political Action Conference gathering, or they were at CPAC, which is held this year in Dallas, Texas. Maybe they're actors for CPAC. You never know. Maybe they do a little presentation. Maybe they're hosts. You never know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be.
Chadwick. Our next story is about a woman who just can't put down the bottle. Not only that, but she just can't call an Uber, evidently. Why she does it. Not only that, Jess, but she also can't find her AARP card. Why she does it.
This sounds like a very bad day.
Yeah, she can't find much of anything. She's 73 years old. We go to Rock Rapids. I love that name of that town, Rock Rapids. Yeah. 73-year-old Rock Rapids woman was arrested with a charge of operating while under the influence, and she did it on back-to-back days. She is not a quitter.
Huh.
Yeah. So arrested one day.
Committed.
Yep. Arrested one day, released, went right back to it.
There you go.
That's right. No one's going to accuse Brenda Colleen DeBerg of being a quitter. She was initially arrested at 9:45 p.m. on Wednesday, April 1st. That's right, April Fools. You're not going to catch me. Stemming from a call about her to the Lyon County Sheriff's Office. She was found initially on a sidewalk by a public parking lot at the municipal housing complex where she lives in Rock Rapids. DeBerg had bloodshot, watery eyes, impaired balance, and the strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, which is the perfect way to be found if you've been drinking. She admitted to drinking and driving a 2014 Honda Accord, which is the, vehicle of champions.
The Booze Cruise vehicle of champions.
That's right. Thank you, Jess. Yes, the Booze Cruise vehicle of champions. According to the incident report, DeBerg was charged with first offense operating while under the influence of public intoxication and transported to the county jail in Rock Rapids. She was released from jail on Thursday, April 2nd, after posting a $1,000 signature bond.
Oh.
So she said, "Thank you, good sir. May I have another?"
I will see you tomorrow.
We'll see. Yes, we'll see you tomorrow. DeBerg was then found driving that Honda without lights on the 800 block of North Boone Street in Rock Rapids, and she was stopped at around 8:35 p.m. later that day because we all got to get to bed by 10.
Not even quite 24 hours later.
That's right. Guess what? She had bloodshot, watery eyes, impaired balance, slurred speech, and the strong odor of an alcoholic beverage again. Because she's what, Jess? A drunk as a skunk.
Yeah, that's right. And she's not a quitter.
Mm-hmm.
You can always count on her.
That's right. DeBerg admitted to consuming alcohol and handed the investigating deputy a wooden dugout with marijuana and a pipe.
Well, girl, taking it up a notch.
You gotta up your game. You know? Urine sample, by the way, tested preliminary positive for THC. I got a little drunk off reading this story.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
A little contact high.
I did, yeah. DeBerg was arrested again and charged with first offense operating while under the influence, first offense possession of a controlled substance, marijuana possession of drug paraphernalia, failure to use headlamps when required, because you can't forget that, failure to carry a registration card, and failure to provide proof of vehicle liability insurance. Don't forget the insurance, kids. It's called Geico. There's a little gecko that tells you all about it, and he'll save you money, at least 10%.
He's darn cute.
He is darn cute, isn't he? All right, our next story. By the way, do you ever get sandwich rage when you're going out for a little lunch? Do you ever?
No, I've never had. I do love sandwiches. I feel like Joey Tribbiani from Friends. I like them so much, but I've never been rageful over them.
Do you have a favorite one? Do you have I feel free. No, none of them advertise here, so you could name a brand if you've got a favorite.
I mean, I love Jimmy John's. That's forever my favorite. The kids like Jersey Mike's. You know, they put a little oil on it, but I'm a Jimmy John's girl.
My dad is hooked on Jimmy John's. I'm thinking about an intervention. Either that or getting him a sponsorship, much like Brock Lesnar. I'm going to get him shorts with the Jimmy John's.
Does he do the program, like the club or the bonus points or whatever? So we do that, and my daughter's obsessed with it. So we get like free sandwiches all the time.
I think he should. If he does,
yeah, he definitely should.
I think he does like 2 sandwiches a day from them.
Wow. Well, they're pretty healthy, so it's not a bad choice.
I hope they are.
Healthy-ish.
Healthy-ish. I mean, all that lunch meat can't be that healthy. It's all processed.
Processed meat's not great for you, but they do have options with like grilled chicken and stuff.
I don't know.
But I'm a turkey tom girl, so I'm always going with the processed meat.
See, I'm thinking he's eating like turkey or ham or
Yeah. That's probably not the best, but it's better than McDonald's twice a day.
True. He's not eating the Big Macs twice a day. That's true. So I 6 and 1 half dozen of another. I'm a Jersey Mike's guy myself. I like Jersey Mike's. Yeah. The kids have good taste. I like Jersey Mike's. This particular story takes place at Subway, where let me show you a picture of our offender here. Let's just say she's a little spicy.
Well,
yeah.
She looks like she's not going to put up with any of your shit, Tim.
No. She looks like she's got a little attitude, doesn't she? There's a reason for that, Jess. Let me tell you why. Evidently, when you go into a Florida Subway, you have to be specific about your sandwich toppings.
Oh, okay.
Very specific. This patron was arrested for a Subway pepper rage. I'm not big on peppers.
You like their sweet peppers.
Yeah.
Like the banana peppers?
Mm-hmm.
Those are good.
To me, peppers taste like dirt. I just...
Yeah.
I'm just... No. Yeah. If I want to eat dirt, I'll go outside and eat dirt.
You know what really tastes like dirt is beets. And I love beets. But when I eat them, I'm like, it tastes like I'm eating dirt.
Yeah, no. You can't do beets either. I wasn't a big... veggies, I ate just a few as a kid. Broccoli, carrots.
Yeah.
Some salads, that's it. And cauliflower. I could eat cauliflower. That was it. And I had to eat a lot of cheese sauce with it.
So you took those veggies straight from healthy to not so great for you.
Right. And that explains a lot about me. There you go. Florida woman tore up a Subway restaurant because she was upset about the peppers on her sandwich and demanded a new one. You know, they have this thing called picking it off. They all wear gloves. It's funny. It's funny what happens. So unless you have a specific allergy to peppers, if you're just wanting different peppers, it's okay.
Yeah. Probably don't need to tear anything up over it.
No.
A little extreme.
Right. After placing an online order, 33-year-old I'm Unique Clark. You are unique.
Oh,
yes.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm unique. That's.
Are you now? Yeah.
Your mother hated you. I don't know how to tell you that. There's certain names that it's not a racial thing, folks. It's just your parents hated you. Your parents really, really hated you. I think you gotta step aside. You gotta take a look at your birth certificate and look at your parents and go, you really effing hated me. When your parents name you I'm Unique, your parents hated you. Yeah.
The statement, that's for sure.
Because your name isn't I'm Special or I'm Loved. Your name is I'm Unique. Yeah. Because there's only one other thing you can be named. And I can't say that word anymore because it's not the 70s. But it starts with an R. I guess that's the only other thing you can be named. Yeah.
Oh, Tim.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm unique? Really?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I mean, isn't that that's what you say when you see something and you're like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And you really mean that's hot trash, but you can't say that.
Right.
So you say,
Right.
oh, that's interesting.
Right.
It's akin to that.
Yeah, it is, right? Oh, you're unique. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
aren't you unique?
You're special.
Bless your heart.
You're unique. This is why this woman blows up about peppers on her sandwich.
Yeah, I think she's mad about something else.
Oh,
Her name.
you poor girl. So after placing an online order, I'm Unique Clark, who's 33 years old and been pestered her entire life, picked up her sandwich at a Subway near her St. Petersburg residence. Clark used Sub Club rewards points, so the chow was free of cost. Bless her heart. She's throwing a fit over free food. She's unique.
Yes, there you go.
Shortly after, she came back into the store and was upset about the peppers on her sandwich, and she demanded a new one, according to a detective. A Subway employee told Clark her sandwich was made how she ordered it online and that the new grub would not be forthcoming. In the wake of the hoagie denial, Clark pushed a cash register and printer off the counter.
Whoa.
Hulk mad, Hulk smash.
Oh, the girl's got a little rage going on.
I'm a pissed is what she changed her name to at that point. I think maybe that's
I'm angry.
I think that's her middle name. I'm a rage bait. Clark pushed that cash register and printer off the counter. She then reached into the sanctity of the cookie display. Never do that, especially without gloves. I like those cookies. That's the only thing I like at Subway is those cookies. That and the baked Lay's chips. I love those. And those are sealed. So don't disturb the sanctity of the cookie counter. Don't disturb the sanctity of the baked Lay's chips. She then threw multiple trays of the baked delicacies onto the floor, resulting in 37 cookie deaths.
What a waste of deliciousness.
37 cookies. Jess, can we just have a moment of silence for those 37 cookies?
I believe we need to. Yes.
Florida Subway there. Thank you very much, folks. Clark's Subway rage was recorded by a store security camera, and the defendant used her own real name and phone number when placing the online order.
Yeah, you're not getting away with this.
Your phone number? 1-900-DUMB. Arrested Wednesday for the incident last month. Clark was charged with criminal mischief. She bonded out of jail after posting how much bond, Jess, on the misdemeanor count for all this, pushing stuff over, killing 37 cookies.
Oh, I mean, maybe $1,000.
You can go lower.
Yeah, I was going to say probably not even, huh? Oh, $250.
A little higher.
Okay, $500.
You got it. $500. God, Florida is so despicable when it comes to bond. Do you think that
They're like, well, how much money do you have in your pocket?
Yeah,
We'll
right.
take that.
Right. Do you think the restaurant manager was sitting there going, God, I should have just gave her the free sandwich.
Yeah, it would have been easier. And I mean, honestly, better customer service. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, the damage to the restaurant was more than bail.
yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Clark has previously been convicted of grand theft for stealing merchandise from a Beal's department store. In 2023, she was arrested for stashing her children's father, or I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Slashing, not stashing. She was arrested for slashing her children's father with a butcher knife. But prosecutors...
My goodness.
Yeah, she's got a little rage problem. A little bit.
Would have been better if she just stashed him, like, in a little cupboard somewhere or something, but slashing him with a butcher knife.
She should have, well, if she would have killed him, she would have stashed him in the cupboard. Yeah.
That was next.
Yeah. But she's unique. She slashed him with a butcher knife, but prosecutors subsequently dropped the felony case against her.
Wow. They shouldn't have.
It's Florida.
My goodness. She's pattern of behavior is disturbing. She's a threat to general society.
She's unique.
It's true.
Yeah.
Her parents were not wrong.
No. They got it right, I guess, from birth.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. All right, it's time. Let me rewind. It's time now for Not Safe for Work. If your kids are in the room, they're already scarred. They don't want to go to Subway. Don't take them there. They've seen cookie deaths. It's all over. Right now, they're already weeping because they're like, Mommy, can we bring the cookie back from death? No, kids. It's all over. Sorry. Now you have to explain death to your kids. Sorry.
Between that and the school bus accident.
Right. They're already scarred
They're
for life.
traumatized.
Yeah, sorry about that. Couldn't help that today. So get them out of the room. Give them a cookie. Explain to them that cookies are going to die twice today. They're going down their throat. And if your boss is in the room, well, I don't know. Put Judge Judy on for him. Here we go. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guess what? It's still illegal to urinate in the street in Britain.
I mean, public urination is a crime here too, Tim.
In the street?
Yeah, you can't pee in the street. That's the public.
In New York, that's a sport.
It's just another day.
It's just another day. I mean, you piss in the elevator, you piss everywhere in New York.
It's true. New York does carry a smell of urine. You are not wrong.
It's hot piss smell season in New York right now. It's spring. I mean, we celebrate this time of year. It's like, what's that smell? Oh, it's spring. Oh, look, everything's melting. I can smell piss.
It smells like pee.
Yeah. Well, it turns out Lord Peter Mandelson is set to be fined up to £300 for public urination in London. However, Kensington and Chelsea Council is unable to find a suitable address to send the fixed penalty notice to.
Oh, is he homeless?
Let's hope not. Well,
you can't charge a homeless man for peeing in the street. That's his bathroom.
That's right. Maybe that's why he was peeing in the street. The council has told the BBC it is looking to issue a fixed penalty notice to Lord Mandelson after the incident in November last year, but just can't find an address. Lord Mandelson was sacked as the UK's ambassador to the US last year over his ties to the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein, and is under criminal investigation over allegations he passed market-sensitive government information to Epstein. So
not great.
Not only did he piss in the street, he pissed the bed. Yeah. The BBC has approached Lord Mandelson for a response. The former U.S. ambassador was spotted urinating in a street in Notting Hill, West London, after a late-night visit to the home of former Conservative Chancellor George Osborne. The Daily Mail reported pictures of Lord Mandelson being caught short and relieving himself against a wall in upmarket London area after leaving Osborne's home. The council said street enforcement officers were not at the scene of the alleged urination, so could not issue a fine at the time. But given the images and public quotes made about the offense, the authorities said it was looking to issue a fine. So it was done by proxy? It was a piss proxy, right?
Piss proxy. I like that.
Yes, piss proxy. Without an official address for Lord Mandelson, the fine has not yet been issued. The fixed penalty notice carries a fine of up to £300, but reduced to £150 if paid within 2 weeks. Well, pay your piss fine quickly, Lord Mandelson, so you can get that discount.
That's right. We all like a good discount, don't we, Tim?
That's right. A discount pistol check? Double
I'll
check.
take my 50% off my piss fine.
Yes. It's good to be the king. You remember that from History of the World?
Yes.
It's good to be the king. Oh, piss boy. He could be known as the piss boy, Lord Mandelson could be. Right? Now, it's better than being Jeffrey Epstein's boy, right?
I mean, yeah. Of all of his current allegations, the peeing in the street one might be the least terrible.
That's right. So you might as well just be the piss boy. That's for sure. Our next story comes to us from one of our listeners who says, Tim, I'm sorry I sent this to you, but you know what? It may get used twice this week.
Oh,
It
must be good.
Well, it's either good or it's that bad. So here you go. I think this comes from Tony, if I remember right. A Michigan teacher is accused of using AI to create fake nude images of his students.
So gross.
Yeah, sorry. It's not a haha funny story. It's a what the fuck story.
I would beat his butt if he did that to one of my girls.
Yeah, right? Police say a Michigan middle school teacher used AI to create fake nude images. Here's where it gets really, really uncomfortable, Jess. If you're ready for this. Investigators say that... Who is this guy? What is this guy's name? If you thought you heard it all, here's one for another level. A former middle school teacher in Michigan is now facing some serious charges after police say that this teacher used AI to create fake nude images of his students, and it's beyond messed up. According to M Live, Keith Johnson, who's a 58-year-old teacher from Three Rivers, was arrested on April 2nd. He used to work at Legg Middle School, where several of the victims knew him as a woodshop teacher and even a soccer coach. And here's where it gets really uncomfortable. Investigators say Johnson allegedly took regular photos of female students, then used an AI app to manipulate those images to create fake nude pictures. And again, it takes things to a whole different level. These weren't random kids. A couple of the victims said they were actually close to him, that he had been at their dance recitals, their summer camps, and even bought him gifts, or he bought them gifts.
No, that is, and they're like middle school. They're 11, 12, 13. They're little.
Mm-hmm. This is what makes it so disturbing. He had a bond with these kids.
Yeah.
So he was in these kids' lives. The whole thing didn't even start with the AI images. Police were already investigating Johnson in 2025 for allegedly recording people inside his home without their knowing, including in a bathroom and bedroom. When they took his phone during that case, that's when they found the AI images.
What a creep.
Yeah. From there, everything fell apart with this guy, and his sick behavior was finally stopped. He's now facing multiple felony charges, including child sexually abusive activity and several counts of using a computer to commit those crimes. It sure didn't take long for people like this to find a way to turn AI into something seriously disturbing, and exactly the kind of stuff people were worried about. So, yeah, disturbing.
Yeah,
story.
super gross.
Yeah. Speaking of super gross, let's say you're out gun shopping in San Francisco.
All right, let's go.
Right? Yeah, you're out looking for a gun, right? You're just shopping away for a gun. You're like, hey, that looks like a good one. You turn to your left and all of a sudden, naked guy. Speaking of guns, there's a guy holding his gun, but it's not the one you're thinking of. A Yale alum allegedly ran naked into a Bay Area Tesla shop with a shotgun.
Oh.
Yeah, hello. Police arrested a man on Monday morning after he was seen entering a Tesla repair shop in Berkeley while naked and armed with a shotgun, officials said. 35-year-old Edward Teese was arrested on several charges, including assault with a firearm, carrying a loaded firearm in public, and willfully discharging a firearm with negligent manner. Berkeley police officer Byron White told SF Gate in an email. The arrest was first reported by the Berkeley Scanner. The Berkeley Police Department began receiving calls at 7:17 a.m. on Monday regarding a naked man, later identified as Teese, in the area of Gilman and 8th Streets in northwest Berkeley, White said. Teese was reportedly smashing windows and carrying a large object, which was the shotgun, folks, not the other gun. You know what I mean?
Is that a 12 gauge, or are you just happy to see me, Tim?
Callers then reported that he had entered the Tesla service center at that point at 901 Gilman Street and was holding a shotgun. Yes, it was just a shotgun. As police officers began to surround the service center, Teese came running out of the front of the building carrying the shotgun and screaming. White people. I tell you.
Right.
Yeah. He then allegedly ran toward an officer, ignoring commands by law enforcement to stop at that point. An officer took cover behind a pillar before tackling Teese to the ground. This is where I feel sorry for police officers.
Yeah, they have to tackle a naked man.
Yeah, a naked white guy with a gun. You know, it's like, oh, God, you know, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah, you're right. If you're just like a normal person, you're out and about, you see a naked man, your instinct is to get away from him.
Yeah.
These poor guys have to tackle him body to body.
Yeah.
Push him on the ground.
I got to grab the guy. I don't know where he's been. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know what parts I'm going to accidentally touch.
Yeah. Again, I don't get paid enough for this shit. I'm too old for this shit, I think is what they said in the Naked Gun, or not Naked Gun, but the Lethal Weapon movies. So the officer takes cover behind a pillar before tackling Teese to the ground, at which point other officers restrained him and placed him in handcuffs, which he probably enjoyed. I mean, I'm guessing he has that kink too. Officers took the shotgun as evidence before obtaining a search warrant from his nearby warehouse property. Figures, he probably lives there. Once inside the property, officers found evidence that Teese had fired the shotgun inside the warehouse multiple times. Teese appeared in a Yale University rowing roster, which states that his hometown is Berkeley and that he rowed for the university's lightweight crew from 2009 to 2010. Teese's LinkedIn profile, yes, he has one of those, lists him as the founder of several investment startups and shows that he graduated from Yale in 2015 with a bachelor's degree in American Studies. So guess what a college degree gets you? Naked and with a shotgun in a Tesla dealership.
He's having an Ivy League mental breakdown.
Yes, indeed. Yes. There's a statement from White that says, "We're thankful that no one was injured, and we're grateful for all the people who called to report the suspect's location, that officers could quickly take the man into custody." By the way, tackling naked white guys is gross. If you thought we were done with the naked white guys today, well, you're dead wrong, because today is Nude, Lewd, and Crude Day on Dumb Crime, Stupid Criminals. Let me introduce you to this guy right here, Jess. Say hi to this guy.
Well, hello, and he clearly has no top on, so This is his naked mugshot.
This is his naked mugshot.
Nice.
You said you were a fan of mugshots, so there you go.
I love them.
This guy right here is a 55-year-old Montgomery, New York man who was arrested Wednesday in Key Largo, Florida. You want to guess what he was arrested for?
Streaking?
Well, there's that. I mean, that's obvious. But what was he doing while streaking?
I don't know. It's Florida. Was he having sex with someone in front of a Publix?
That's a good... Oh, wow. That is specific and good. I like that. I like where the imagination went. But I would say, live, laugh, love. Or if you're thinking like kind of esoteric, what do you think the guy... If this guy was like, all of a sudden, he's like, I'm 55 and I'm nude and now what am I going to do? If he was thinking kind of woo-woo-ish, what would you think he was doing?
Woo-woo-ish? Like witchy? Like...
No, like just kind of like...
Oh, okay.
Metaphysical.
Well, maybe
like...
stealing a car.
That's a good one. Yeah. I'm going to get nude, get in a car, get in a Lambo, go driving. That's not a bad one. What if I told you he just decided he needed to live, love life, and dance?
Oh, just a little naked dancing.
Yeah, a little naked dancing.
Oh, I'm here for that. I love that for him.
Yeah, he just wanted to dance.
Was it a dance off? Like, could we participate with him? And
he must have heard the phrase pants off, dance off and decided to try it. Right? I don't know what's going on with this weirdo.
Oh,
I got no idea.
I don't know.
A 55-year-old Montgomery, New York man was arrested Wednesday following multiple calls regarding a reckless driver on US 1 in Key Largo. The sheriff's office received calls at approximately 7:57 a.m. of a reckless... It happened at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, that is early to be out there shaking your groove thing with no clothes on.
Somebody drinks too much coffee.
Do you think that's what he was drinking? If it was Irish.
Coffee with a side of meth. 7:57 a.m., a reckless driver near mile marker 110, including that the suspect, later identified as Timothy Mahoney. Yes, it was Irish coffee. You're right. Totally. Struck some cones near mile marker 108 where the suspect stopped. It was Irish coffee. Mahoney was outside of his truck and wearing only a construction hard hat. He was one of the village people. Yeah.
He was being safe.
YMCA. He was, yeah. But otherwise, he was nude, except for the construction hard hat. And he was dancing to music. I will give you $100 if it wasn't YMCA.
I mean, he really was one of the village people. He was living his best life.
Or it was Macho Man. Hear me out here. It could have been a tape of the village people's greatest hits. And he was just cycling through it.
That makes a lot of sense, Tim.
There's only 3 greatest hits for the village people.
Hey, you said the 2. I can't think of the 3rd.
Well, now you're going to make me name them, and people are going to be like, wow, Tim's really a village people, village people fan. What is it? It's YMCA. Oh, In the Navy. That's the 3rd one.
Oh, yes. Okay. In the Navy and Macho Man. Yep.
Yep. And YMCA. Those are the 3, right? Boy, you put me on the spot there, Jess. I had to really come through.
You pulled it off.
Yeah. Well, if I would have pulled it off, that would have hurt. But this guy is nude in a construction hard hat, dancing to music. Mahoney was attempting to smoke marijuana from a pipe while being detained, and he was taken to jail.
Aw.
See, he's having an average morning.
He's just having the best day ever.
He really is. Mahoney was charged with DUI, resisting arrest, possession of marijuana, possessing drug paraphernalia. His arraignment is scheduled for this week. God love the guy. You gotta love the guy. Just having a village people morning.
I mean, I'd invite him to my next party. He sounds fun.
Timothy Mahoney. Lost.
He just has to stay outside. I don't want him sitting on my furniture.
No, I wouldn't either. No. You don't want weird stains.
No. No butt juices, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. One guy you don't want at the birthday party, by the way. This guy, a swindler, blew grieving families' cash on 3,000 pounds birthday bash and horse semen.
Oh, I didn't know that you could buy horse semen, like, just for the fun of it.
Amazon has everything.
What do you do with it? Is it like good for your skin? I mean, if it is, I will put it on my face. I'm here for it. If it fights the wrinkles, Tim, slap that horse semen right on there.
This guy's your pusher then.
Buy me a horse and have it jizz on my face every morning.
This guy's your pusher. Here he is.
Oh,
He's got
he is my dealer. I recognize him.
Yeah, he's got your hookup. Oh my God. Just now you have about 300 guys out there who are trying to figure out how to get you horse semen. This guy is 61-year-old Peter Littler. I can't even say it. He was entrusted by the family as executor of the will, but spent the inheritance money himself. He spent it on birthday parties and horse semen?
I'm so confused. I'm utterly intrigued. What is the value of horse semen? I must know. If I need it, I want it.
I'll explain it in a second. It's not for what you think.
Is it for your hair? I mean, will it give me luxurious, healthy hair?
You're fucking killing me over here. It's not for what you think.
I can't wait to hear.
It's to bring horses to stud for racing.
Well, that's much less exciting than my theories. Boring.
my
I'm
God.
over here. I'll bathe in it.
You're thinking he's using it for beauty tips. He's not. I don't think he is. I don't know. I haven't gotten into the story.
I mean, I'm kind of
Oh
glad
my
that he's
God.
not, because then that would mean I would have to find a horse semen dealer, and that just sounds like a lot of
I
work.
can't even breathe right now. A callous fraudster who swindled thousands of pounds from a grieving family after being entrusted to manage a loved one's estate boasted that he can do what I want as executor of the will. 61-year-old Peter Littler, or it could be Littler. It looks like Littler. If he was Littler, then he definitely needs the semen. Was appointed executor of Joseph Webster's will, a role that should have seen him distribute the late man's 166,000-pound inheritance fairly amongst his children and grandchildren, but instead he did the complete opposite. When the deceased man's house was sold, the proceeds were supposed to pass through solicitors before being handed down to the rightful heirs. Instead, Littler transferred the funds directly into his own bank account and ignored repeated requests from the family to hand it over. At one point, he told the beneficiaries that he could do what I want as executor of the will. It was reported last week that Littler splashed out 3,000 pounds on a 60th birthday party, 2,000 pounds on semen from an Olympic racehorse, and sent money to a family member who was caring for her child who had cancer. The former security operations manager did not inform his family members he was spending their inheritance after being trusted to act as executor for their father's estate. That according to Lanks Live. He used the money from the sale of a house to pay for his own overdraft and failed to transfer the funds to the rightful beneficiaries. Preston Crown Court heard Littler's wife, Karen, had been estranged from her father, Joseph Webster, for a number of years. In the months before he died, the pair had reconciled, and Mrs. Littler took comfort in providing end-of-life care for her father. But 2 weeks before Mr. Webster's death in September of 2022, he changed the will, appointing Littler to act as executor. The role had previously been assigned to Gary Hilton, who's Mr. Webster's other son-in-law. Mr. Littler told the court her husband, or Mrs. Littler, told the court her husband, who she has since been separated from, said she should fight for a share of a property in Spain in which he had been left to her sister. She said Littler was the breadwinner in their marriage, and she was a housewife, but would be given money by her husband. When Mr. Webster's house was sold in May of 2023, the proceeds were to be transferred to a solicitor who was dealing with the estate, but the court heard Littler transferred the funds to his own account and ignored requests. Littler, formerly of Tarporley Road in Stretton, Cheshire, was arrested, interviewed, and later summoned to court for fraud by abuse of position. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced last week to Preston Crown Court to 40 months in prison. Sorry, I'm just thinking of the places Jess wants to put horse semen. It's totally taken over my brain.
I've ruined this story for you.
No, you made it better. Judge Michael Marr, who was the sentencer at the time of the fraud, Littler's financial position was weak, is said in April of 2023. He had applied for a personal loan. When the proceeds of the house sale were paid to his account, he had a significant overdraft. After hearing the case, Judge Marr ruled that there was no substance to the claims, which were an attempt to publicly vilify his ex-wife. He ensured he did not see any of the correspondence from the solicitors. He said, "You kept all of that, you kept that from them all," he went on to say. In a victim impact statement, Karen Littler said that the crime had caused physical, emotional, and financial devastation. The family had begun civil proceedings to claw back the money that was stolen from them. His suggestion, "I only reconciled with my father for financial gain," is very cruel and calculated and a lie, she said. "I returned to receive my father's apology, and I accepted it and nursed him to his death," she went on to say. He, the defendant, has zero remorse for the irreversible damage that he has caused to my whole family. "My father would be heartbroken. He He wanted us to become friends again. It was his dying wish. She went on to say, Peter used the legal system to continue his deception and further traumatize my family. And my father entrusted him to protect. They say he has zero remorse, basically, for what he did. So no, the horse semen was for studying a potential thoroughbred.
He wants to make a baby.
Yes, not for any beauty products.
It is funny, though, that he's like, I can do what I want. And what I want is horse semen.
I want 2,000 pounds worth of horse semen.
Okay, buddy.
Now, what you may ask, what's this woman going to do with this? Maybe this is a beauty treatment. But
what is it?
I assure you it's not.
Okay.
A woman is accused of killing her boyfriend, cutting off his penis on a wait list, and she's on a wait list now for state treatment. Not for anything having to do with the penis. She doesn't rub that all over her face and get rid of wrinkles.
It's not a magic wand.
No, it's not.
To erase wrinkles.
No, it's not a magic wand to erase wrinkles.
She's awaiting treatment. I would think that would get you to the front of the line.
Well, it turns out it's not an old thing now. I mean, Lorena Bobbitt pretty much broke that glass ceiling for every woman.
If you chop off someone's penis, you should go to the front of the line for the psych ward. I'm sorry.
It's normal now. It's,
God help us all.
The minute comedians start making fun of it, it's normal.
We have normalized the unnormal.
That's right. A Grand Junction woman is accused of killing her boyfriend and cutting off the willy, and is currently on a wait list to receive treatment at the Colorado Mental Health Hospital. Weren't the Bobbitts in Colorado too?
I think they were. What is it with the Colorado air? It just makes people just want to chop things off.
It's very thin up there. Yeah. I think it's a lack of oxygen that makes you want to cut the whaley. A brief status conference hearing was held Friday morning for 33-year-old Shenting Go, who faces a second-degree murder charge for allegedly stabbing and emasculating 38-year-old. Oh, I thought that was Dustin Nails. It's Dustin Knowles. He isn't nailing anything now. I mean, he's dead and dickless is what he is. I mean,
dead and dickless,
which is the name of my new album.
That is so wrong, but hilarious.
This happened in May of 2024 because Go was declared incompetent to proceed to trial after being examined by a state psychologist and another psychologist hired by her attorneys. She is eligible for state restoration treatment. Per her attorney, Go was 17th on the wait list a few weeks ago in the college. 17th! She didn't go to the top of the list. She's 17th.
How freaking crazy were the other people? The other 16 must have been really bad.
Yeah, she's all swing, and chop, chop, chop. And they're like, oh, how about 17? How does that sound for the wait list? You got a ways to go.
I would really like to know each and every crime and insanity of the 16 people ahead of her.
Right? The Colorado Mental Health Hospital has not updated her waitlist status since her last court date. Judge Jeremy Chaffin said that she is not being treated at the time. Her next court appearance will take place on May 1st. By the way, Go and Knowles were allegedly in a romantic relationship and had been arguing the day of the killing. Go told police that she stabbed Knowles because she was so angry because she thought she was pregnant, and she was arguing with Knowles over whether he was the child's father.
Oh, I mean, I get it now. Makes perfect sense.
You either are or you are. Present dick. What?
Here's my logical reason for chopping off his penis. Okay, listen, I thought I was pregnant and he didn't think he was the father. So obviously I was going to chop his penis off.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, totally. Yeah. Go ahead.
Logical.
Yeah.
So logical.
By the way,
I get it.
If he is, keep him alive. If not, stab him dead.
Yeah. I mean, either way, if he is the father, don't you want, I mean, you want him around to help, child support, whatever.
Change a diaper or two.
Yeah.
Although maybe you shouldn't take the diaper off in front of her, especially if it's a kid, a boy, you know.
And I hope their plan is not to rehabilitate her. Like,
Right. Maybe
yes, she's a menace. Keep her in jail.
might want to lose the key.
Yeah.
Got two stories here and then our palate cleanser. A little bit of a rough story here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to skip this story. It's
So bad we don't need it, huh?
it's kind of a weird story. I don't know. Maybe you like weird stories. It's about a. Yeah, I'm going to skip this story.
Okay, let's skip it.
We'll just go with this last story here. It's a lawsuit story that we don't necessarily need. We'll go with this last story here, which is in Florida. Today we're gonna end this last story kind of down and dirty. Down and dirty in Florida is how we're ending today. Which is,
Down and dirty in Florida.
Down and dirty in Florida. That's how we're going to end today. All right. We end today's Not Safe for Work, Down and Dirty in Florida. Here are the dirty details on a couple fingered for a beach tryst.
Oh, no.
I know it's as bad as the headline seems.
Mm-hmm.
By now, you might have heard about the couple arrested Monday evening for engaging in some lewd activity on a Florida beach that was witnessed by several onlookers, including minors. Let me show you the picture of these two here, Jess. The young lady is a fetching-looking lady. The guy looks like he's an absolute degenerate. That's the only way to put it.
She's like, here's my photo opportunity. She
Right.
looks so happy in her mugshot.
Right. She looks like she's just walked off of a glamour shot set.
Yeah, she just floofed her hair over to the side. She's like, I'm ready. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. He looks like he came out of a Mad Max movie.
Yeah, with this little mohawk thing going on.
Yeah. I don't know what the two of them are doing together. He doesn't look like he's all that great looking, but I don't know. I shouldn't judge.
Maybe alcohol was involved.
I think it probably was, yeah. Well, arrest affidavits prepared by the Treasure Island Police Department, and no, it's not a casino here in Minnesota, detail exactly what 21-year-old Erica Huerta and 22-year-old Stephen Perry did to end up getting busted for felony lewd and lascivious exhibition. Buckle up, Bender. The couple pictured in the mugshots that I just showed Jess on video apparently had been drinking prior to their sandy 7 p.m. tryst in the shadow of the bar Caddies on the Beach. 7 p.m., Jess. The sun isn't even down yet.
Still early.
It's still light up.
Yeah.
7 p.m. As detailed by cops, Huerta did intentionally masturbate, expose her genitals, engaged in oral sex, and was digitally penetrated. And we're not talking about by a laptop.
Different kind of digital.
Yes. In fact, investigators noted Huerta was fondled by Perry for more than 30 minutes.
Wow, that's a lot of foreplay.
Ow.
Just thinking. Eventually it's like, okay, you can stop now.
Yeah, you can lay off. You're not, by the way, Easter was a couple weeks ago. You're not going to find any candy up there.
There are no Easter eggs hidden in there.
That's right. The wrong kind of eggs, pal. Perry, the affidavits note, attempted to have sex with Huerta several times.
No, but it wasn't working for him, huh?
You think?
Bummer.
Yeah. Doing this in the missionary position. Additionally, Perry then put a shirt over his head and began to give Huerta oral sex. I wonder what religion that is where you have to put the shirt over your head and then do it.
You think that's a religious practice?
I am not sure. I think it is. I think I remember.
He's like, no one will know what I'm doing if I put this shirt over my head.
Right. I think it's some Eastern study. I'm not quite sure. Huerta and Perry were booked into the Pinellas County Jail. Perry was freed after posting $10,000 bond. Huerta remains locked up in lieu of $2,500 bond. How do you not just be a gentleman and go get her bond? It's $2,500.
Oh, I wonder if they even know each other. Like, if this was like a friend situation, I would say he would probably definitely bail her out. But if he just was like, oh, some girl I found at the bar.
I think it probably was, yeah.
Never mind.
According to its Chamber of Commerce, which had to be pretty proud of the whole situation, Treasure Island is one of the shining gems of the greater Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater region. Hence why he put the shirt over his head before he went for oral.
Just trying to keep it classy, Tim.
That's right. It's white sandy beaches, pristine waters, welcoming hotels, unique restaurants, and outside oral and other family-friendly attractions make it the perfect destination for your next vacation.
An early evening outside oral, not even like, midnight or early morning.
Right. Yeah. Well, you want to get it in before you get dinner. I think that's the slogan for Treasure Island. Get it in before you get dinner. Right? Some visitors, in fact, it says here, seduced by the world's best beaches with white-capped sands, pristine waters, and gentle bay breeze. I guess they were seduced, weren't they?
I guess so.
Yeah. So, way to go, kids.
Way to make your parents proud.
That's right. Mom and Dad are at home going, Jesus Christ. This is what we paid for an education for.
Couldn't you have just robbed a bank? I mean, come on.
Why didn't you murder somebody? That would have, at least I can go back to the country club and say my kid murdered somebody.
I know. This is what you get your mugshot in the paper for.
Right.
I'm ashamed.
Right. 30 minutes, really? How do we explain to the surgeon how you got carpal tunnel?
Oh, well, it probably wouldn't have been 30 minutes of that if he wasn't having performance anxiety.
Right. Yeah, right.
Oh.
Jesus, I could have got a Domino's pizza in less time, kid. Come on. The dad's like, they make pills for that shit.
Yeah. True.
You could have raided my bedside table, you son of a bitch.
Send some with you next time you go on vacation. You know what you're getting your Christmas stocking, kid.
That's right.
Little Viagra.
It'll have you as hard as the coal I'm going to put right next to it, you dumb fuck. The dad's just disappointed. He's just like, oh, God. Your brother has no problems keeping it up.
He's like, Dad, it was the whiskey, I swear.
Yeah, the whiskey. Yeah. Whiskey's the dog. I suppose that brings us to our palate cleanser. We need one after that story. We'll start with the odds of 50. Right? This is our palate cleanser, by the way, today are things that could go horribly wrong at the wrong time. Speaking of, with our last story.
Yeah. I think you just covered that a little bit.
Yeah, but we need something that other things that could go horribly wrong. Because sometimes you just you need something in life to laugh at other than the things that are going wrong in your own life. But these are the odds of 50 random things happening to you, from being struck by lightning to winning the lottery.
Okay.
Because really, it could be worse, right? Or it could be better.
Yeah, true.
But there's odds of 50 random things that could be happening to you or could happen to you out there that, let's face it, we say, hey, you could get struck by lightning, right? You try to make things sound better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like someone says, oh, you're in a bad place right now, but hey, you could get struck by lightning. Do you know what the odds of being struck by lightning are?
Oh, they got to be pretty small.
Believe it or not, no.
Really?
Odds of being struck by lightning, 1 in 1,222,000.
Okay. Still pretty low.
You think there's
It's like 1 in a million.
It is 1 in a million, but there's 300 million. What is it? 300 and some million people in the U.S. Is that what it is?
I don't know. That sounds right. I'll roll with it.
So it could happen quite frequently. Actually, it says here, U.S. Weather Service places a person's odds of being struck by lightning in a given year at 1 in 1,222,000 people based on population. That probability climbs significantly when looking at the odds of being struck by lightning in a lifetime. 1 in 15,300.
Oh.
Averaging that lifetime to be 80 years. So actually, it's not that bad.
Yeah, 1 in 15,000?
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually, I'm going to stay inside when it's raining.
Yeah. So whatever you do, if you're on a golf course or you're in a boat, when it starts raining, get off the course, get off the lake.
Get inside.
Yeah, get inside. There's a good chance you could be hit by lightning. The odds of winning an Olympic medal. What do you think?
Got to be less than getting hit by lightning.
The 2022 Winter Olympics featured 2,897 athletes across 109 medal events. In total, 551 competitors won medals in both individual and team events. That means that 19% of Olympic athletes, or roughly 1 in 5, won medals in Beijing. They're practically giving them away.
Yeah.
When
they're like participation awards.
They are. It's participation awards. When expanding to include the general populace, the odds dwindle substantially. So you and I probably aren't going to win one. An everyday
Really, Tim?
Yeah.
Way to dash my dreams.
Well, I'm sorry. When an everyday person has eyes on the prize, on the gold, it becomes 1 in 662,000 chance of reaching an Olympic podium. Here's the one we all fear. Being killed in a plane crash.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Take a deep breath. Board that plane with confidence, kids. Commercial aviation still remains extraordinarily safe, even with all the crap that's been going on lately. Mm-hmm. The long-term trend is unmistakably in your favor. In 2024, there were 40.6 million flights worldwide, only 7 fatal accidents. 1 for every 5.8 million flights, compared to 1 for every 456,000 flights a decade ago. Think about that.
Wow.
Flying has become safer over the last decade.
Yeah. You don't hear a lot about the big commercial flights crashing like you used to.
No. 1 for every 5.8 million flights.
Wow. That's crazy.
Isn't that something?
Pretty safe.
Pretty safe to fly. It's safer to fly, believe it or not, than it is to drive or even take a train.
Oh, I believe it.
But it's just the fact that you're up in the air that scares people. And
it's like you crash, you're done. Like there's not a lot of odds of you surviving if it crashes. Odds of it crashing are low, but
believe it or not, that's not necessarily true either.
Really?
Yeah, depending on the area of the plane you're in. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna take some of these out of this article because it goes for a little way. Dying in a tornado. Your odds of dying in a tornado. What do you think it is?
Well, probably greater than getting struck by lightning, but not as great as winning an Olympic medal.
You're probably right about that. Odds of dying in a tornado, 1 in 13 million.
No.
It's pretty.
So honestly, you're more likely to get struck by lightning than to die in a tornado.
Yeah.
And I'm far less afraid of getting struck by lightning than I am of dying in a tornado.
Yeah. There's roughly 25 deaths per year from tornadoes on average.
Wild.
I think we've got the drill down pretty well. People know pretty much what to do in case of a tornado. And I think people take the warnings pretty seriously. People buy up Powerball tickets like there's no tomorrow when the jackpot gets high.
Yeah.
But they don't take into effect what the actual odds are.
1 in a billion.
Well, here are the actual odds. Okay. If you're hoping to win the lottery, you're either very lucky or bad at math. Your odds of winning the lottery depend on which game you're playing for some games and how many other people are playing. Generally speaking, your odds of winning a prize, just a prize in general, could be $1, could be $5, could be whatever. 1 in 38.
Okay.
Now,
That's pretty good.
I'll tell you this, Jess. I've won $100 at Powerball 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're going to be on My Lottery Dream House.
I don't know about that. People tell me, well, that you know what that means. You're bound to hit it someday.
Yeah, keep buying.
Not true. That just means I've won $100 5 times.
Yeah.
Because I keep winning little prizes all the time. I win all the time. I win $7, $5, $10, $11. I win these little prizes constantly. It's amazing how much I win the little stuff. Never won anything over $100. The odds of winning a jackpot are 1 in 292.2 million.
Wow.
Statistically, almost impossible. Your chances are even worse for winning the Mega Millions jackpot. 1 in 302.6 million.
Huh. That's crazy. So the people who do win, it's like, you got so lucky.
Yeah. I'll leave you with a good statistic today on this. And then we've got one more story here, which is kind of funny. Actually, I'll give you 2 statistics because we're in tax season.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you are self-employed. Some of you are going to submit your tax return and hold your breath because you don't want to get audited. Paying taxes is stressful enough without worrying about getting audited. The overall IRS audit rate. What do you think it is, Jeff?
1 in 100,000.
Currently sits at about 1 in 200 individual returns, or 0.5%, according to the agency's 2024
1
data
in
book.
200?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we should all be afraid.
That number masks big swings by income. Taxpayers earning between $50,000 and $500,000 face roughly 1 in 1,000 odds that they will be audited, while those with income between or above 10 million are audited at a rate of around 4%.
Huh.
The IRS also made a public commitment not to increase audit rates for individuals earning under $400,000, instead directing new enforcement resources toward high-income filers, large corporations, and complex partnerships. A policy outlined in the Treasury Directive following the Inflation Reduction Act. And finally, to give you a little something to believe in, your odds of being saved by CPR.
Oh, I hope good.
The American Heart Association points to data showing that up to 45% of out-of-hospital cardiac arrest victims recover when CPR is administered. Most of those emergencies, almost 70%, occur in people's homes, making it helpful for all family members, even children, with the requisite physical strength to learn how to administer CPR.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Almost a 50% chance of surviving.
Yes. So everyone should learn CPR.
For sure.
You could potentially be saving someone's life. So, and everyone should know it. Everything from being able to save a choking victim to saving someone who's having heart issues. Everyone should know it. So, all right. And finally, for our palate cleanser today, kind of a funny thing, baseball season is underway. We've had opening day, and kind of an embarrassing thing happened in Seattle. Ichiro Suzuki had his statue unveiled, but a bit of a mishap happened when the statue was revealed, which goes to show not everything goes perfectly when you're going to be honored, not even by your old team.
What happened?
Well, the unveiling of Hall of Famer Ichiro Suzuki's statue had an unforced error this past Friday, a broken bat.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. As broadcaster Rick Riz declared, we're going to count down from 51, which was Suzuki's number, right? His jersey number, which was retired by the Seattle Mariners. The curtain covering the bronze statue was pulled down, and so too was the bat.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. A snapping noise could be heard as the bronze bat flipped down and confetti sprouted up. Here it is, the statue of one of the greatest players in the history of the game, Riz declared as the curtain was pulled and a celebratory tune played out of T-Mobile Park. The statue depicts Suzuki in his batting stance. He appeared to find the mishap to be hilarious and joked about, or through an interpreter, that the New York Yankees Hall of Fame closer Mariano Rivera got the best of him yet again. I didn't think that Mariano would come out here, Suzuki said with a smile, and break my bat. It did not take long for the Mariners to fix the statue. Suzuki's bat would soon turn upright again and be reconnected at the handle. The statue was sculpted by Chicago-based who produced statues of Mariners greats Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar Martinez, University of Washington football coach Don James, Seattle Storm legend Sue Bird, and former Seattle Supersonics player and coach Lenny Wilkens. Suzuki said he wore a jersey from the 2001 season when he won both AL MVP and Rookie of the Year for a photo shoot with Cella. He said, I can say I was happy that I was still able to fit into that uniform, and probably could say Junior and Edgar probably couldn't do that, Suzuki said, so I was happy about that. Suzuki was inducted into the Hall of Fame last summer, and last year became only the third Mariners player to have his jersey retired by the franchise, including Griffey and Martinez. So there you go. See, not everything goes perfectly when you're being honored.
Nope, but as long as you can laugh about it and have a good sense of humor.
That's right.
It's all good.
That's right. But congratulations to Ichiro for being honored.
Very cool.
Yep. See, just a little bit of Viagra, and maybe if he would have fingered his bat, it would have stayed up there for 30 minutes. Who knows? It's a joke going back to the.
Oh man.
Oh, I don't know. All right, Jess, what do you got going on?
Oh gosh, Tim, not a whole lot.
No.
Working on writing another book, and I was telling you I'm working on an online course thing that I want to launch. So I'm hoping I'll have that ready by next month, but kind of a little mindfulness stuff. I do a lot of mindfulness workshops at my events and that sort of thing. So
Right on.
that's what I've been working on.
Right on. Well, let's see. Here at the OK Corral, we got Supernatural News tomorrow. And what else? Ooh.
What?
Thursday.
Yeah.
A little off the beaten path on Thursday.
Really? I love going off the beaten path.
We're talking God Helmet on Thursday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a little bit different show on Thursday. So looking forward to it.
Me too.
That's what we got going on this week. Couple of reminders for you. Again, keep up on your update with the Darkness Radio Apple app. If you haven't updated it yet, do so. Please support the show and go to the store at darknessradioshow.com. Get your swag there. There's brand new items, folks. We got brand new items over the weekend. There's a brand new Darkness Radio Flex Fit cap. There's visors. There's some new stuff that was put up over the weekend at the store. So go ahead and check out the new stuff that's there at the store. That'll do it. Join us tomorrow for Supernatural News. And for Jessica Freeburg, I'm Tim Dennis. Thank you again for continuing to support us here on the show. Give us a good review. Go and give us a 5-star review or rate and review us on YouTube. when you see the videos. And just continue to give us some good feedback. We'd appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow for Supernatural News. For Jessica Freeburg, I'm Tim Dennis. Thank you for continuing to listen and watch us here on the best in true crime podcasting. This is True Crime Tuesday.